Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jillian and here we talk about manifestation, mindset work, and yoga. Today I want to just dive right into the topic that I've been wanting to share with you guys for the longest time, and it's all about stop accepting what you don't want and know that what you want exists right now. Creation is finished. It's already done. So what do I exactly mean by stop accepting what you don't want? And what do people get confused with? Well, people think that by not accepting what you don't want, it's rejecting that reality. And although that is somewhat true, you're not rejecting the reality that you don't want. What you are doing, paradoxically, is you're accepting that it exists because all realities exist. In the quantum world, in the quantum field, there are infinite amounts of realities that exist, and we are the selector that chooses what we want to experience in our inner world. This has nothing to do with the 3D world, and that's why by not accepting what you don't want out there, that's actually you choosing that you're not selecting that, not rejecting it, not being fearful of it, not feeling limited that it's there. So how do we select what we want? We put our focus and attention towards it. It's a game of focus and attention. Focus creates reality. Perception creates reality. Feeling state creates reality. Belief systems create reality. Self-concept creates reality. So we must put our focus on to what we want, not by rejecting what we don't want, but instead what we're doing is we're looking at maybe what we don't want, and we're no longer choosing that reality. And now we're choosing the reality that we want. And that's what we call reality creation. That's us as a chooser. That's us as the conscious creator of our reality. So if I see something that I don't want out in the 3D world, I'm not fearful of it. I'm not resisting it. I'm not trying to ignore it. I'm looking at it genuinely and saying, wow, you know what? It's funny because this actually does really exist. And maybe part of my old self-concept kind of created this to pop up. Maybe not. It doesn't matter. What I know is that reality is one possibility out of an infinite amount of possibilities. So although it exists, and it's okay that it does, I could feel my feelings about it because we're not repressing our feelings here. That's how I feel about it. But now I'm choosing what I want to experience in my inner world. And I go within. I know creation is finished. I know it's already done. And that is as simple as it is. It's a very difficult concept for a lot of people to understand, or it's more of a skill set that you have to learn through conscious manifestation. And it could be difficult for people because they think what is in front of their face, what's being shown in front of their face, is the only reality that there is. And most of the time, it's a repeating cycle of something that they don't want to see over and over again, and then getting fearful of your negative thoughts and your feeling state about, or feelings about what's in front of you. And then it turns into this downward spiral that's very difficult for people to recover from. And then they just keep focusing on what they don't want over and over and over again. So again, by not accepting what you don't want, you're looking at the reality, understanding that it does exist right here and now, but knowing that you're an infinite conscious creator, and now I am choosing the reality that I want to experience. I'm going into that inner imagination that I have, and I'm living that life because that's what I choose for myself now. And this paradoxically allows you to stop entertaining and accepting behavior from people that maybe at one point you would continuously accept over and over again. And the reason that you're accepting it and entertaining that behavior is because you believe that's the best that it can be for you. You don't believe that creation is already finished. So it's very important to know the foundation of manifestation. And one part of the foundation is creation is already finished. Everything already exists. Everything is already done. And when you know everything is already done, including all of the manifestations and desires that you have for yourself in this life, then there's nothing to worry about. You will say maybe, no, thank you. I'm not going there with you. No, thank you. Or maybe it's money. Money could be the issue. And maybe there's only $5 in your bank account or negative dollars in your bank account. And maybe in the past you would really resist that. But instead, this time you're like, it does exist that maybe there's negative dollars in my bank account right now, but there's also a reality where everything that I've ever wanted, including all the money that I've ever wanted, exists now, and I'm going to choose that for myself now. And the bridge of events will unfold for you to have all that money in your bank account now, including taking inspired action to get yourself there. And people also get confused because they think inspired action is only certain actions to take. If I feel good, if I feel like this, if it's the perfect circumstance. And that is not true. Everything is inspired action. Also having the affirmation that I literally can do nothing wrong. Everything I do is perfect. I'm on the perfect path. Everything is part of the bridge of events unfolding to what I want. Those are really powerful affirmations to have in your skill set for manifestation, because now you can always go back into, oh yeah, I'm not doing this wrong. And that also can tie into self-concept work at the same time. So again, when you stop accepting what you don't want, you're not rejecting it, resisting it, trying not to look at it, fearful of it. None of those are happening. You're simply looking at it. Maybe you can even laugh about it, or maybe you'll cry about it, because the emotion has nothing to do with you choosing your state. So you feel your feelings, you look at what's happening, and you go, that is true. It does exist here, but now I'm choosing what I really want. And this is how we choose what we want versus what we don't want in life in general, because how else would we know? And it's so important to understand this skill. And a lot of creators feel as if, wow, what am I doing wrong that this is popping up? Or I thought I was better, I thought I was doing something right, and now this came along and something's happening. And no, none of that is true. You're doing everything right. You've always been doing everything right. You're perfect. You're a perfect, whole, infinite, conscious creator that chooses their own experiences of life, and choosing desires for yourself. You are successful. You are everything you'll ever want to be now. It's all done now, but you have to believe that for yourself. And you don't even have to believe in the reality. You don't have to believe and feel it emotionally, but you have to know with a conviction. A conviction requires no belief. It's just a knowing. It's something that is deep within yourself. So understanding your true power of conscious creating will help you manifest so much more effortlessly and easily. So when you stop accepting what you don't want, it's not because you feel like you can't get what you want. it means that you know that what you want is there, whether if it's from the person, whether if it's from your job, whether it's from the money, whether it's from anything that you're desiring and wanting. It doesn't mean that you feel like you're giving up on it. It means that you know there's other versions of the reality of the person that will come for you, and you're no longer accepting scraps. You're no longer accepting what's below the bar. So if we look at, let's say your desire is here, right? But you keep accepting what's here. And you keep accepting what's here. Oh, this keeps happening. This keeps happening. This keeps happening. This keeps happening. You're not aligning yourself with what you want. When you stop accepting what you don't want, now you're like, you know what? I trust that it'll come. And you step up again. And maybe it's like, oh, it's not. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? I'm always doing something wrong. I'll never get what I want. Stop accepting those realities. Stop accepting the emotions that you feel are holding you back. Stop accepting whatever is happening out there in the world, and allow yourself to experience and enter that state where everything that you want is there. But it's an internal feeling. It's an internal reality that you're turning to, that you know for yourself. When you see somebody and you know that they're always getting what they want, and it seems like they're so lucky and everything's unfolding perfectly for them all the time, they have a way about them that is so, it's magnetizing. They don't have to see evidence in front of their face for them to know something. They just know it, and it's done, and it will unfold for them. And it's important for us to understand the basics of manifestation before we start to question why things aren't happening, why things aren't working, because that is just a state of being that you're embodying. Again, if this is the desire and you're stuck in, why isn't it happening? Why isn't it happening? Why isn't it happening? Why is this reality showing up for me? Why are they acting like this? I thought I stopped entertaining this type of behavior, blah, 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 and so on. You're staying in a reality that you don't want when you have infinite choices that you can choose for yourself. So again, just to recap, we are infinite beings. We're conscious manifestors. We live in a multi-dimensional universe. We're multi-dimensional beings, and we are choosing. We're the selectors of what we want to experience. But it's not in that 3D world. We're selecting it in our inner world and knowing it to be, which requires absolutely no belief, no emotion. Belief, emotions, they come and go. They're up and down. It's wishy-washy. So I'm happy to come back onto YouTube, and I'm going to be coming on a lot more lately. I feel like I've leveled up a lot, and I feel so much more ready to share a lot more of the tools and knowledge that I know about manifestation. I do a lot of studying of the law of assumption, and I'm so excited to continue to build up these skill sets, because it's all about the skill set. You have to be willing to want to learn about how manifesting works, because if you understand how manifesting works and the law works, then you can easily apply it. You can't start from up here and then ask why all this stuff isn't happening if you don't understand the basics. You have to know that infinite realities exist in order for you to shift into the reality you want. Otherwise, you're just going to be focused on that one reality. So it's interesting that, by the title of my video, you would think by stop entertaining a reality that you don't want, you would think that it would be like refusing or not looking at or being mad at the reality that's currently there. But it's actually the complete opposite. It's accepting that it's there, but knowing creation's finished and that you can move to what you want And that's what allows you to be like, no, thank you, but I'll see when it's different. And that's when everything will change for you. So I'm so excited to be back on YouTube. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And I can't wait to see you around. It's beautiful, it's wonderful, and it's magical. Bye.